guys, what is up? It's NihonTiger. I'm back here on the NeoCraft server. Sun is setting, and I don't know who left all this stuff in my mailbox, but yeah, like an iron sword, a bunch of string, some eggs, birchwood planks, seeds, carrots, and trapdoors. So thank you, whoever delivered that mysterious gift. But we should get inside. The spawns are acting a little wonky lately and kind of over-spawning. Now, over here you see a sign that says, please read the signs over here. I think I discussed this last time. If I didn't, Crispy is setting up Town Hall and he wanted to talk to me about Path. So, I'm going to get together with him in an upcoming episode here and we're going to work on something. Basically, I want to build a river kind of through this area. I kind of have the river go down here and then connect probably over there. And then we're going to build a path alongside of it that kind of goes around my little hill that goes back here. So if he wants to build a castle on the beacon back there, he can do so, and still have a relatively easy connection to get to it. So yeah, let's get inside because I want to show off today. Look to your left. Look behind you. Something down the ladder. I don't know if I like this. Now, I noticed the use of punctuation and proper grammar, which kind of eliminates some suspects about who might have done this. I think it might be one of my neighbors. What could it be? It could be a neighborly person who doesn't live too far away. Surprise! Oh, surprise! It's some free signs. Enjoy art. Oh. No Strings by Pandacraft. Oh, look who just. Oh, hello. Look who just showed up. Surprise, there's some free signs. Enjoy. Much. I found a thing in my house. A thing. a thing, how horrifying. Alright, so I want to see where this goes. Because obviously, it goes somewhere. So this goes over here. And this comes over here. Yeah, oh. So there's a pressure plate. Oh, there's something up there. He just make a noise maker. Oh, there's actually a second one up there somewhere. Oh, okay. Just make a noise maker, or I think it's just made a noise maker. Okay, so let me clean this. How do I clean this up? I can actually use the pistons, I think. So, thank you for the gift, art. Always nice to get a gift from people. So, speaking of other people on the server, we're gonna be trying something out here soon-ish, but I kind of plan on doing some recording with the other guys on the server, which is something I haven't done in a while. I've done a lot of episodes by myself, and I've actually had some of the guys express an interest in, I guess you could say, in like recording stuff with me, and I'm 100% okay with that. So I'm we're definitely gonna try and set some stuff up with them. And if you happen to be on the server and you're watching this and you're wondering, well, am I eligible? Of course you are. Everyone's eligible. I will hang out with anyone, anytime, anywhere. Oh, get some eggs. That must have been who left all the stuff in my house. They left me some nice potions and carrot. And I can't pick up because I don't have the flour. And I dropped seeds too. No. Trap chest. So that was a nice little excursion. But today I wanted to show off a few things, maybe work on the roof a little bit more because it's related directly to that. And we'll work on the basement, I think, in the future episode. So it wasn't Minsk. I thought it might have been him because he already has nice punctuation. So yeah, Artist Dude has stopped by and left us a gift, and now I have more signs than I could ever really need. But if you notice, if you take a look up here, this wasn't there before, nor was this. So let me come on up to the tippy top here, and this is my attic. So welcome to my attic. I have actually finally put together a little bit of space up here, a little bit of hidden storage space, and all these chests open. So they alternate, as you can tell, they alternate between being trap chests and regular chests, and that's just because that's how they work. That's how you get them together like that. And this space here, I haven't filled this in yet because this is what we're going to work on today a little bit. Is I want to expand this outward and make it. Actually, I'll show you real quick. I hope spawns aren't too bad. No, not too bad tonight. Every once in a while they glitch out and just go crazy. Forever night. It was daytime a little bit ago. But I kind of want to extend the height of this out a little bit more, so maybe it doesn't have to match up all the way to the top. I just want to add a little bit of crawl space up there, and then I can fill this in as well. Maybe make this like a little nook. So I figured, well, I did that. We could. Oh, Ash is on. And I figured we could talk a little bit about. Yeah, how do I want to do this? If it sounds like I am occasionally, I wouldn't say zoning out, but like paying attention to something in the other room, it's because I am. AL Division Series Game 1 is going on between my Tigers and the Oakland A's, so I'm also paying a little bit of attention to that. So yeah, if you're wondering, if I sound like I'm a little distracted, I am. So I apologize for nothing. But let's see. So I kind of want this to. If I can do it, I want it to kind of be. I don't want this set up. So I kind of want this to be, I guess, like that. Let me think this out before I did it. Pick that one, and that makes that go that way. That way. So I kind of want it to be like that. And then these, I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do with them. So these would be like. This is basically going to be kind of the same thing that we had going on. Here, do that. Like that. And yeah, I thought today we would talk about something relative to the news that actually has some meaning and kind of importance in my life. Yeah, I like this. I like this. And this can be actually, we can put the access up here, and then this is kind of our upstairs nook where we can access our materials at. I like that idea. I like the idea a lot better. It's a lot better than having it in the middle here. So let me go ahead and put those in there. That's where our stupid little window will be. So actually I kind of want it to I kind of want the window to be like right here, but I also want to be a bit more space. Maybe this much space would be alright. So I might have to make this go out a little further, like that instead. But yeah, the topical thing I wanted to discuss was in the news recently. A certain person passed away who has some importance to my life, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. So, for those of you who don't know what's been going on in the world, this past week, a I'll say very famous author by the name of Tom Clancy passed away. And for those of you who don't know might not know his works, you probably know them. You probably just, it's one of those things where you know him, but maybe you just don't know that he wrote it. He is the guy who wrote a whole bunch of military thrillers. All of the Jack Ryan novels are ones that he's written. So, for example, Sum of All Fears, Hunt for Red October, Clear Present Danger, Patriot Games. A lot of those were made into movies, so you probably recognize them as movie titles. But those were all novels that he wrote, and he very much was kind of a top-notch military guy. His writing, the way he wrote those books, just the That's what you get for playing the game. You will always have that song stuck in your head once you hear it. It's just really addicting. But I digress. But yeah, he died recently from an undisclosed illness. As far as I know, they haven't disclosed exactly what it is. I don't know if yeah. Maybe I want to make this a plank, so I don't know. I don't know. I can make this out of planks. But yeah, he passed away. And the reason that this is important to me is because not only was I a fan of his work, but I have always wanted to be a novelist. I've wanted to write a novel. And specifically, I have wanted to write, this big shock here, I wanted to write a military thriller. Much like Tom Clancy, he was the guy who really, I would say, got me into wanting to write a novel. Wanting to be the kind of person who would do that for a career and do that for a living. So, yeah, I've always kind of respected his work and respected the way that he could. I know that some people will make fun of it because he does kind of have his cliches and he does have his pitfalls, like any good writer does. Sometimes you lean a little too much on a specific trope or idea, and it becomes overriding in your work. But I've always admired the way that he could just kind of make his story seem real, like something that you would actually expect to happen in the real world, and there would be a kind of a sound, logical reasoning for that. And yeah, see, it's the spawns. Look at all the spawns here. They kind of still out of control. Up. Yeah. So we've been dealing with this on and off for a while. But yeah, I've always liked the technical detail that he's put into his work, and I could just imagine hours of research that go into making sure that what you're writing is plausible. And I think that's a big element of the kind of stories I want to tell. Even though I do want to write maybe a military thriller or like a hard sci-fi kind of book. And for those who don't know what hard science fiction is, it's very detail oriented. It's not really soft science fiction, which is more. I would compare that more to being like a fantasy novel in a way. But I've always liked kind of some of the harder stuff. It's a little more technical. That usually it's a little more dystopian, but not always more dystopian. It's kind of a generalization that I shouldn't make because it's not always true. But I've always liked, in my own writing, I've always liked having a level of believability and a level of technical detail in it that makes sense. So if I come up with something, if I come up with some new technology, it has some rooting, in the real world. You could possibly, could trace it, from, well, we have the internet now, and this is what the internet does. But 20 years from now, we may have something that's totally different, and this is the path we get to, how we got to that. That's the kind of thing that I would put in my story. Not necessarily all the details, but I would at least have somewhere in my writing Bible, and it's a technical term. Most video games or things that create their own worlds, they have their authors of the stories will have like a Bible, and what that details is all these specifics of the world. It details like cultural stuff, technical stuff, basically everything that you'll need to know to make sure that you don't have any continuity problems with it. That is the kind of thing that I, as a writer, I tend to be very meticulous about those kind of things, and they interest me. That kind of stuff really interests me. I like being able to not just create a world, but create all the things that go into that world. So, for example, I might have, a world where space technology developed in a certain way. So there's all these little minute differences in how, maybe they achieved kind of not necessarily like an FTL drive, but like maybe something close to it, maybe something similar to a faster than light drive. Maybe it's like a supersonic kind of drive where you can travel at extreme speeds for X amount of time, and it won't have an adverse effect on you. Something like that, I guess, would be interesting to me. Just being able to create all those worlds like that. But that's the thing that I always liked about Tom Clancy is he always nailed that stuff really well. And I think it kind of rubbed off on me in how I wanted to pursue writing novels as a career. How I would go about, creating the universe in which my characters will live in, and creating it down to even creating it down to the specific brand names that would exist in this universe. Whether or not, one day, one day Coca-Cola would take over the entire world or something like that, and it'd be like some huge super conglomeration or something of that nature. It seems silly when I discuss it, but it makes sense to me as a writer because I'm very detail oriented, so that kind of writing always appealed to me. I don't really like how... That's the one thing. I don't really like how this looks at the moment. Because I think what I want to do is kind of stupid, but I think I want to kind of have this be... No, not like that. Where's my axe? Broke my axe. Great. One thing I don't like is right now is this kind of has a... That's the one thing I don't think I want to do is have it be like that. I think that's going to look really weird if I do it like that. But I don't want this edge like it is right now. And you'll see what I mean. Like, see how that looks? That looks kind of weird to me, so I don't really want to do it like that. If I can help it. Oh, I fell. I should make it under. I'll just make it under axe. But yeah, as far as Tom Clancy goes, I've always liked his work, and I've always liked the way he writes. So when I found out he passed away, I wasn't like, oh my god, my world is destroyed. Oh no! But it was more like, oh, that's disappointing. I mean, he was only 66, so it wasn't like he was like a young guy, but it wasn't like he was really old either. I don't really like that edge. That looks awful. That looks awful. This thing's being a pain in the butt. That looks hideous. But yeah, I mean, that's terrible. That even at 66, that's still you almost think almost too young, just because as a writer you think, oh, you have so many stories to tell. Maybe I want to extend this all the way out to extend it out another block. I might have sold myself short there. If I make this like out. Yeah, look at that. Look at how many mobs there are down there. That's crazy. Make this out to like one more block. Try doing that. See how that looks. Oh. Up. I'm wasting glass. Keep doing that. Hate that. Hate that so much. But on the other hand, I get to go ahead and put that in there. It does look a bit better on this end. So, yeah, I mean, that's, when someone who's a writer who you really admire dies, it does kind of put a damper on things, and it does kind of make you, at least it makes me kind of stop and think about, what I do, the fact that I haven't written that novel yet. I'm sitting here playing Minecraft instead of writing a novel. I should get on it. But, it kind of makes me think about just things in general, I guess, my life and how I'm living my life, and whether or not I'm happy, because I'm not the novelist yet. I'm not the multimillionaire novelist who has a fancy house and million bestsellers. I'm not Stephen King. Yeah, Stephen King's gonna be another one when he eventually passes away. I'm gonna have one of those moments where I'm just like, huh. I haven't written that book yet. Maybe I should write that book. But I did not back in the day because I wasn't really a big fan of his until after he passed away. But Michael Crichton would have been another one that I'm sure I would have said something about when they passed away, because I have in hindsight become quite a fan of his science fiction work. It's not always, I guess you could say, not always sciencey, or the science, or it's not always that the science is correct. In fact, in many of Michael Crichton's books, the science is laughably wrong, or it's like, you just, if you actually thought about it from a, ow, dude, not cool. If you actually took a look at some of the stuff, it's not really super sciencey. It's sciencey enough that there is actual. It's not like he didn't research anything and just wrote a book and people were like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever," and then other people were like, "Oh, this is bullshit." But I don't know how it looks. I kind of spider. I kind of don't like it now that I've done it. Kind of loses some of the shape, but I like it from this angle. I like it a lot from this angle. It looks alright. I just wish that there was something I could do about like the bell shape here. I think that looks a little weird. Maybe I can I got an idea. No, not yet. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that probably off camera. But I do like the overall idea here of adding this upstairs room. I think it's gonna be a good addition, and I think when we get the ladders up on that side and get that all blocked in. I don't know, do we have enough blocks blocking right now? No, I do not. Actually, I have. I'm talking about suing each other. Court case coming soon. But I like how this looks. I like having the window out here upstairs so I can look out. So yeah, I think this will be all right once we make this all nice and pretty. How about? Oh, I need 8. That's right. Ah, one short. Crap. Dang it. Alright, well, I might as well get started on hardened clay. I do have enough hardened clay, actually, if I wanted to. But I don't know if I want to. So let me go ahead and start sorting stuff into proper chests here. I'll make this. The only thing I can't do is I don't think I can put a item frame on the edge. Maybe I can put an item frame here, but I just don't know if I can do it. I might have to use signs. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting to get set up. Potatoes out, put the coal in there. We also have to, and this is something we're going to do later, is we're going to set up a furnace over here. Like, I think we're going to make a little smokestack coming up. That's creeper. Oh. I'm getting assaulted. And he's dead. Okay. But we're going to make a smokestack back here and have a smokestack coming up. I really need to fix that because it just kind of sticks out too much with the slope of the roof. So there's gotta be a way I can fix that. It's gonna bug me until I do. wish you could just make one instead of having to make 8. So just doing these and that. And orange stained clay, and then we just do boop, boop. And plug that up, and then chop that down. And then this will kind of be our way up for the moment, like that. And we'll do something like that, and we'll just make some more. We'll make some more sticks and get these ladders going. We'll put some art in the walls here, and we'll get some. We'll move the furnace, move over to where our smokestack will be, so it'll all blend in. And then all of you, have to go up here into your separate chests for storage. And I will probably sort all of these out again by type. Now, this is just, this is obviously just small storage. If I want to, I can make a basement and do much bigger storage. And that might be something we do in the future. So meanwhile, I'm gonna plug this up. There we go. And so now we have a drop ceiling with our storage hidden up on top, and house is coming together a little bit. So we do have quite a few things left to do. We do have some stuff upstairs to take care of. Not necessarily all of this, but we do have to take care of the sides here. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with those and try and get a solution that works. We need to start decorating downstairs. We need to put the smokestack in with the furnaces. So still lots to do on the house, but it is coming together quite nicely. Quite nicely indeed. Yeah, once we get all the exterior stuff finished, I'm sure it's all going to come together nicely. So that'll be all for today. Next time, that's where our skeleton friend dropped to. And drop the bow. How nice of him to leave it for us. But next time when we do this, we're gonna go ahead and probably work on the house a little more. And I'm sure this will be fixed by the time you come back. And we might actually work on stuff with Crispy. So we'll see. We'll see. There's lots of possibilities what we could do. So I'm gonna take him one day at a time, and we'll figure it out when we get there. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, good luck, good mining, have fun, and I'll see you guys next time.